E aí pessoal, voltei aqui, voltamos para mais um vídeo de Divinity Original e calma aí que o controle não está conectando. Permitir conexão concedida. Aí, nós não vamos aqui, vamos pra cá.
Justinia expels a long, shuddering sigh. It joins the other whispers that permeate the dank sewer air. A moment passes.
What do you want from me, Marcus? What can I possibly say at this moment and in this place to appease you?
It's not about appeasement. It's about innocent lives. Cannot let you release the death fog.
Marcus, the city is safe. I know the truth about Isbiel, about the Black Ring. It's over now.
So you're telling me you weren't malicious? You were just too weak to know you were being played? What a god's damned joke, Justinia.
You're right. Is that what you want to hear? You're right. Go and tell everyone how right you are. But you know what your rightness won't do. Protect a kingdom. And protect it I did, while you went off to live your god's damned pirate fantasy.
Aí você tem ponto.
And if I knew then what I knew now, Marcus, I would still exile you. You would walk the Isle of Mist to this day, stalked by demons and living the nightmares they planted in you. Call me a fool or a tyrant. Call me whatever you want, but I was still there. I was there. I lived reality while you were playing games.
Lad, you rarely lead me wrong. Call it. I know you got my back.
Calma aí. Eu não vou matar a Justinia. A rainha reconheceu os próprios erros, dizer que ela merece outra chance de líder.
We'll do as you say then. Go back to them, Justinia. I'll go too. We have to rebuild. For us and for them.
Have you forgotten your own journey, Marcus? I know you love your people. I know you would see them free, but I must be the one to face them. To release them from the prison I made for them.
Marcos, eu sei que você ama seu povo, sei que você deve ver o livro. Eu sou eu que devo encará-lo, libertá-lo da prisão com que eu coloquei.
You are God-woken. Think of what you can do for the kingdom as divine. Far more than I can as queen. Go. I will serve the people as they ask. You will serve them as they warrant.
Justinia kisses his cheek.
You are the beast of the sea, the God-woken, the divine in waiting. You will do your people proud.
Dezembro.
It seems the Queen can handle herself.
Acho que eu fiz uma boa escolha. coisa que tem medo, tem um machado. Vamos levar. E nada pra cá, né?
Isbel leached the source from these people.
I've spotted something.
Calma aí, já vemos o que você achou. Ah. Ia fazer cuna obra-prima. Nossa, o Ifan ficou pesado. Nossa. E dali, vamos mudar pra água então, né? Coisa que tá 3 de destreza, dá mais vida e dá 7% de evasão. Ah, aquilo ali tem 10% de chance de crítico. Precisão 90. Ai, 19, né? Então quanto pra subir? 138k. Vamos ver aqui os números, números de Isbel. Ah, tenho que falar com eles, então tem que voltar ali. Os prisioneiros aparecidos. Isbel está morta, a ameaça da bomba permanece. E a rainha louca ainda está foragida. Ela ainda pode buscar a redenção. consciência para o bem dos anões agora. Ela voltará ao reino. E aprender com os próprios erros. Voltará ao reino e servirá ao povo. A gente ainda tem manipulado a rainha Justina para usar Bruma Mortal antes para uma guerra contra a ordem. Aqui vamos soltar um olho do milênio. Nossa, ora.
The squirrel's nose twitches as you approach.
Ooh, how pensively our shield looks down upon us. Ask away, shield. Indeed, Quackus.
Ai, a menininha.
Papa? Help me, Papa. The lady took something from me.
Oh.
Take me away from here, please. She can't keep us here.
A humble builder, when your source powers surfaced, you knew you were in for the joy. But you ended up here, stolen from your cell. They took you apart in search of your source. You died, screaming. The spirit before you is paper thin, as though there was hardly enough source in it to manifest at all. You used source to heal a sick child. The Magisters threw you in jail. Then, in the night, came the dwarves. They marched you blindfolded through the sewers, clapped you in irons, and took you apart for your source.
Yes.
The shade of a spirit shimmers before you, barely visible. Its source has been sucked nearly dry. A sorcerer, a dissolute dwarf with a big mouth, you were thrown in the slammer. Fort Joy beckoned, but you woke up hooded, being dragged through the sewers to a painful end. You never saw the light again.
Tadinhos. Aqui é o arqueólogo. Tem mais um aqui. Ah, tá. Entendi. Tá, acho que vamos. Aqui. Ah, é ali embaixo. Uma carta do laboratório de Isbel. É para mim, os mestres. terão me encontrado quando auxiliares. O que estão fazendo com essencialistas? Essas palavras podem ser as últimas que lhes escrevo. Eu sempre amarei pets. Tadinho. Nossa, estou ganhando muito dinheiro aqui. Tá, eu vou pegar tudo aqui pra...
The spirit laughs soundlessly at something unseen. You realize that what you thought was a maniacal glint in his eye is, in fact, the last glowing embers of the acidic fire that burned his eyeballs away. A nauseating wave of pain and fear washes from the spirit. Pain from what was inflicted upon her, and fear that her suffering would never end. The spirit struggles for breath, a breath that will never come. An eternity choking to death beckon.
Nenhum de vocês me disse nada. Nada que eu queira saber. Tem 3 espíritos e... Mas é aqui mesmo. Eles eram trazidos pra cá, né? Vamos começar com a nossa turma ali. Vem aqui. Vamos conversar então. Vamos conversar com o fera, né?
So, here we are again.
Do you know, this Ark's place doesn't look...
Yes, by all means, let us partake in the art of conversation. The powers of the Seven lie hidden in this city. So by all means, let's play hide-and-seek with Divinity itself. Of course, Sadher continues to play hide-and-seek as well. More than anything, I long to find her.
Bom, agora a gente vai explodir aqui, né? Na verdade, eu vou dar uma salvada de novo.
Machine sits even through the seals of the great cistern. A faint gossamer of death fog rises from a junction where the release valve meets a pipe. A switch allows redirection to a different pipe labelled C. The junction currently leads to a pipe labelled Arcs.
That other pipe leads to the sea. Redirect the flow. It'll minimize the harm.
I don't trust that leak. I say flip the switch, send the death fog to the water, away from the city.
Redirect the death fog. Better to poison the fishes than to poison the people.
A menos que os destruamos, nada garante que não podemos correr esse risco.
Sparks fly and metal plates buckle. With a deafening hiss, the valve breaks free of the pipe, and the faint stream of fog spurts and sputters, threatening to flood the room. The death fog stream has become a veritable geyser. The machine is going to blow.
Vamos embora, vamos embora, vamos embora. Ah, droga. Eu volto aqui com o Fene pra... Acho que não vem aqui, né? É só pra garantir. Temos um problema, Houston. Esperar um pouquinho, né? Sim. Pô, filho, não sei se caiu por causa de uma bomba de fumaça. Mas crescer mais do que isso, né? E na verdade ela tá crescendo. Que doido ainda, essa pocinha aqui. Ah, cresce ainda. Ah, cresce sim. A questão é... Passa pela porta fechada. Não passou aqui, né? E aqui parou, né? Aqui não tá mais crescendo. Bom, tô chegando aqui na porta. Vou falar com a Justinha. Ela tá aqui. Tem um diário da Justina aqui, né? Só quero ler o diário dela. Vou... Aparentemente ela não vem. Eu vou subir. Tá, agora que estamos aqui, Conselho dos esgotos, milhares de vidas foram salvas e uma provável guerra foi evitada. Quando foi conhecida por seu conselheiro Isabel, nós a detemos bem a tempo. E a minha pode se não salvamos orcs. Bom.
So, here we are.
Tá, vamos subir de nível agora, né? Faz tanto tempo que eu não subo de nível que eu nem sei como que sobe. Não tem nada que aumente minha precisão, né? Tá. Deixa eu ver se tem. Primeiro vamos ver se tem alguma tem que eu queira pegar, que eu não tenha. Se fosse pra... Deixa eu pegar essa daqui, sutura arcana. Ah, mas precisa de 2, né? É, daí complica, né? Ah, vou colocar em força. Vou aumentar um pouquinho de vida. Vou aumentar um pouquinho de filosofia. Nossa, essa explosão invernal tira bastante dano. Aqui, 6.525. Isso aí, acho. Vamos pro Red Press. Vamos ver se tem alguma trem que eu quero aprender. Essa barreira refletora interessante. Deixa eu pegar essa barreira refletora. Vou aumentar a força, obviamente. E vou aumentar onde mesmo. Acho que vou aumentar a pira dele. Com certeza vai ser em destreza. Vamos ver se tem. Eu tirei trocar. Tirei supercondutor. Nossa. Por isso que eu tava sem magia de. Agora que eu vi que eu só tenho duas magias de. Um raio em candeia e a descarga elétrica. O supercondutor é muito bom, cara. Vou pegar a memória. E aqui eu vou aumentar a liturgia. Tenho todas as técnicas de fogo possível. Não tem nada. Esse daqui é legal. Tem que colocar um de memória também. Agora aqui. Vou aumentar o piro. Bom, é isso aí. Deixa eu colocar o fera aqui que não voltou precisando do fera, né? Muito bastante. Cara, ainda tá me incomodando esse vermelhinho aqui. Será que eu não consigo abrir aqui não? É, realmente eu vim pra cá de um jeito diferente. Hum.
Bound and blindfold, you are dragged through the darkness. The stench tells you you're in the sewers. Your dwarven captors are silent, but then a skittering, as of blades tapping on stone. Your captors stop, unsure. Screams rend the darkness, silence falls, and then that sound again. Sticks dancing on stone. You tear the blindfold free, then wish you hadn't. The giant spider looms over you, its jaws close upon your face.
Eu vou ter que voltar lá ainda. Não posso ir por aqui. Muito bem. Acho que dá pra sair daqui, né? Na verdade, sei lá pela casa do misteriosa Michel Ross. Acho que é por aqui, né? crítico.
A well-dressed dwarf paces swiftly around the room, overseeing the packing of trunks. He gives you a cursory...
Yes, thank you for coming. Indeed, safe home to you now.
He quickly turns away and casts a worried gaze around the room, counting something on his fingers.
Usando as mãos para ir viajar.
You already know how close the danger is. If it all goes to hell, I don't plan on being anywhere near this place. I'd woken at a wedding. Oh, it's too ghastly to contemplate, and yet it happened right here. My poor darling girl. Now, if you'll pardon me, as I'm sure you can imagine, I have terribly many affairs to tend to. Such chaos to right in the wake of this disaster. I appreciate your concern, but I'm sure you understand I'm quite overcome at the moment. Be sure to close the doors behind you as you leave. And, if I may, the city's in quite a state, as I'm sure you've noticed. Void woken within and without. Civil war between the powers that be. My advice? Leave Arx for fairer ground. No reason to remain. Yes? Hell if I know. A terrible answer, but it's all I've got. But it wasn't long after she started hovering around Justinia that things started to change. Justinia's always been hard, if you know what I mean, but never heartless. I don't know what her endgame is, but I don't want to be anywhere near when it begins. Really? This is amazing news. But what of the Queen? What's been going on? Is she safe?
Você não sabe por a
Then
dela.
I send my men and women to sniff her out. She may think to stay covert, but royalty is easily divined. It burdens my heart, truly, but I must say farewell now. Take this. A good reward for good decisions.
Mikhail returns to his boxes and sacks, though he no longer places items in them, but removes them.
Vamos revisar nos equipamentos que nós temos até agora, né? Três de constituição, 2 de resistência à água. Nossa, aqui tem que ser um item muito bom pra superar o que eu tenho aqui. Nossa, esse daqui tivesse 2 de força. Ah, mas precisa de 2 de força e um de 2 mãos. Nossa, esse daqui. Esse aqui tá facinho de... Esse aqui tem tudo. Os 2 de iniciativa e o 4 de chance crítico, né? Ah, mas não tem destreza, então... Ó, esse aqui é bom. Tem 2 de iniciativa, que é tema, momento 117 PV, e 2 de chance crítico, que é a mesma coisa. Tá, vamos... Só perder 10 de resistência ao fogo. Mas também não importa. Não tem 2 mãos, então não me agradou em nada, né? Isso aqui tá pra encaixar ainda, né? Hum... Um de astúcia, 2 de liderança, 1 de perseverança, 5 de evasão. 23 de porção de arte e 2 mãos. Se esse daqui tivesse um de arte e guerra. Não sei se não vale a pena. Deixa eu ver. Ah, me tira movimentos aqui. Ah, nossa, fica pesado, né? Uh, 700. Nossa, aumenta muito, meu. Nossa, diminui meu chance crítico, né? Nossa, cai pra... Tira 20% de chance crítico. Onde que tem? Ah, tá, tem... Agora que eu vi aqui. Esse amarelinho aqui, né? Acho que esse aqui não dá pra colocar runa, né? Esse aqui coloca runa. Por que esse daqui saiu? Será que eu tinha num... Poxa vida, ainda tem essa coisa aqui. Uhum. Cara, vamos deixar essa espada. Então eu vou fazer o seguinte. Por enquanto vamos sacrificar. Esse aqui é muito bom, né? Nossa, como que é? Beleza. Tinha 2 caras. Nossa. Mas essa daqui é muito superior. Não dá pra trocar não. saber. Vamos ver se... Aí, ó. Somar aqui. 7 mais 6, 13. 13 com 45, 68. Tira 3 iniciativa dele. Tá vendo? Desculpa, pessoal. Aqui fica... É mais forte, ó. Por causa que, ó. 45 mais 13, 58. E 7 mais 8 é 15, né? 15 mais 53, 68. É. Então a saqueadora é mais forte. Ah, mas a saqueadora é 2 mãos. Então esquece. Põe uma vassoura, de onde essa vassoura? Três de iniciativa. Isso daqui dá... Cinco mais 13. Esse daqui dá pra colocar. Ah, mas aqui 2 armas, né? Mas não interessa. A iniciativa dá pra... Vamos ver se tem uma melhor que é assim, né? Essa é a melhor arma, né? Não tem. de fogo, né? Essa e essa. Realmente essa daqui ficaria com você. Pode ficar também é bom, né? A mesma coisa com o Ifan, né? Os anéis e o amuleto. Conhecimento, liderança e amuleto da sorte. Não achei, não. Aqui é essa. Partida guerra e filosofia. Se isso aqui tivesse arte da guerra. Dois de força e uma arte da guerra. Deixa eu mexer nesses daqui. Dois, iniciativa. Opa, tchau. Nossa. Ah, tô com preguiça de ver todo mundo. Realmente todo mundo. Vamos continuar aqui, depois em off eu vejo isso. Então, vamos descer aqui. Não.
Something stinks around here.
A statue of a trumpet-playing dwarf, but something about it smells off. The stone smells of granite and rosewater, but beneath the aroma, a familiar smell lingers. Death fog. And then you see it. The horn of the trumpet connects to a pipe. The pipe disappears into the dirt. The scent of death fog comes from under the ground.
So much death on such a lovely day.
Get in my way and you'll get an elbow in the eye.
The spirit of a dwarven lady stands eagerly by, as if she's waiting to catch a bouquet. The spirit shoos you away absently, her gaze fixed intently on the arc that the bouquet is taking through the air. The spirit of an elegantly dressed woman glances around, seemingly more interested in the other guests than in the unfolding ceremony. The spirit of a dwarf watches the ceremony with a scowl. He tugs at his ornate collar in an effort to loosen it.
Come on, through it! This bouquet's mine. Get in my way and you'll get an elbow in the eye.
The dwarf's shoulders sag.
Thank you, friend. Couldn't scarcely think before you took me back to that place. Name's Rufus, former dig site chief and architect.
The spirit of a dwarven attendee attempts to
This bouquet's mine.
The spirit of an elven dignitary.
Get in my way and you'll get an elbow in the eye.
The spirit keeps glancing back. A difficult task since his shoulders are tense as iron. How can I help?
Ah, canis.
The spirit of a dwarf guard curled upper lip, lightly bobbing head, unwavering gaze. There's no doubting the spirit's distaste of current circumstances.
Todo mundo está morto.
The spirit of a guard gazes around.
Pra quem não tem uma pega essa essência.
Come on, through it! This bouquet's mine. Get in my way and you'll get an elbow in the eye.
The spirit of a dwarven lady stands eagerly by, as if she's waiting to catch a bouquet.
Eu tô com fome, mas tudo bem.
Come on, through my way and you'll get an elbow in the eye.
Eu não posso sair daqui. Então.
Ah, you.
The noble-looking dwarf beckons you closer, then gestures toward the somber group inside.
Hard to believe you're looking at a wedding party, isn't it? My wedding party.
He looks you over, his mouth pressed into a mirthless smirk.
But I suppose you're no stranger to mournful faces. The Silver Fang, isn't that right?
Pois não tenho a menor ideia do que está falando. Não tenho a menor ideia.
Look, I know you're him. I know you can take care of problems. I've got just the problem for you. Very lucrative one.
Not quite. You see, despite the unfortunate circumstances of the ceremony, I am a married man. I intend to be a particular kind of husband, and I could use someone with your particular talents to help me achieve this. I need you to take care of my father-in-law and bring me his will.
Perguntar por que diabos você adicionaria mais cadáver à lista do dia?
Isn't that your line of business? Tell me then, what's your price?
Ele quer matar o sogro.
What is your price?
Ah, não vou matar.
The dwarf's hand flies to his mouth in a none too convincing display.
Murder? I suggested no such thing. Now get out of my sight. And stop wasting my damn time.
She looks right through you, face slack with grief. She stares at you in horror. You think you see that strange pink tint in her eyes fade a little.
What? No, no, that's not true. That's impossible.
Talvez o inteligência heróica consiga. Eu vou usar isso daqui. Deixa eu ver uma coisa. Consegui.
Her eye twitches and her mouth moves silently, but aggressively. It almost looks as if she's having an argument with herself. When she looks up at you again, the pink tint has cleared completely from her eyes.
How could he? How could he? I have to go. I must speak to my father.
Daddy, I think my husband's trying to kill you.
That little creep. He won't get away with it. You here to do Dorian's dirty work? Figured it wouldn't be long before you showed up. I tell you what, you seem an honourable sort. See Dorian dead and I will meet his offer. Then you're as useless to me as a void-woken, and barely less ugly. I'll have to fight my own battle.
How could my husband do such a thing? I loved him! And what would it matter now?
She nods sadly, gaze dropping to the carpet.
Eu não vou fazer isso por ninguém. Tô desconfiado desse velho ainda. Ele que tava tramando com a Ifan.
Uncle Bertolau's. There's a face I haven't seen in a day. Rest your soul.
The dwarf subtly tries to wave you away.
Are you moon-touched? Don't speak to me.
Não vou matar. Vou deixar esses anões resolverem sozinhos suas questões. Vou ter que sair pelo outro lado. Mercador Glass.
The evil Isbale is dead. The doctor will see you now.
Opa, opa, opa. O que aconteceu aqui?
The elf gives you a cool look. When he speaks, it's through gritted teeth.
A word of warning to you, Red Prince. One you would do well to heed. Do not make the doctor wait.
Que doideira. Temos mais esse negócio pra resolver. Maravilha. Tem um monte de coisa pra resolver. Não.
And they look hostile. Time to play.
Três flechas, né? 2, 3.
What is happening out here? Haven't we seen enough tragedy today?
The guard pauses as he takes you in. You brace yourself for an attack, but he either doesn't recognize the infamous beast, or he doesn't care.
Contar sobre a emboscada e perguntar de onde vem o bolo.
He considers the wreckage surrounding the X-cake. Understanding dawns.
That cake, it came from the doctor, with a letter of congratulation. It was truly a magnificent sight, but the wedding was cut short before we could even slice it. Voidwoken, sabotage, bad cake. You'd think someone had it in for our little lady.
Quem é ele?
Few have seen his face, and no one knows his name. He corresponds only by messenger. The townspeople seldom speak of him, which is strange now that I think of it. He'll open your belly and fill it with jelly. The doctor is in, the doctor is in. He'll rip off your toes and shove them up your nose. The doctor is in, the doctor is in. Heard a kid singing that the other day. Her mother heard it too, and beat the poor tyke senseless. That was funny, I have to admit. Gotta take your entertainment where you can when you're on duty.
There
is little to tell. He's just the doctor. He speaks to few, and few wish to speak of him unless they're desperate. No one even knows his name. It's easiest if I show you. Let me see your map.
He shakes his head and whistles as he identifies the doctor's home on your map.
If there was ever a house that was haunted, well, that's the one. They say almost no one gets in, and those who do never come out. Perhaps he feeds them cake, hmm? Can't say I blame you. I don't want to appear disloyal, but as dwarfen weddings go, this one had a tad more blood than usual.
This bouquet's mine. Get in my way and you'll get an elbow in the eye.
Para o casal feliz nessa ocasião especial, embora nada se compare à própria nova, permita-me oferecer esse doce como um símbolo pelo qual desejo novo amor, que vocês possam desfrutar de cada mordida deliciosa e do final, inclusive que se segura. Disseram-me que uma certa Isabel fez a lista das recomendados. Por favor, se presente quando o bolo for fatiado. Ela certamente vai estourar de alegria. Saudações cordiais, o doutor.
Get in my way and you'll get an elbow in the eye.
Tudo se completa.
Come on, through it. This bouquet's mine. Get in my way and you'll get an elbow in the eye.
What's this? I found something. So many books.
Eu não posso ir nada por aqui.
Looks like I picked the wrong day to quit Drudenay.
Oh, let's go back. Pois é, você tem que salvar, né? Por aqui.
Oh, didn't see you there. Sorry, it's been, quite a day. You need a hand with anything? Let me know.
Parece muito bem vigiado para não ter esses problemas com ladrões.
No, the boss's daughter was tying the knot. Guards were to make sure it was invite only. Not that it made any difference. There's no way we could have known. But even in these times, one doesn't expect a voidwoken to appear at a wedding. I'll tell you something, though. We'd no problem with those filthy beasties till all these guards showed up.
Te espantou não ter fechado para o casamento.
You and me both. Worked for Ross for a decade. I'd half expected an invitation of my own. But even with half of Arx lying dead in his garden, he still wants the shop open. Then again, if I'd been at the wedding... The fact that the boss loves counting his pennies is probably the only reason I'm breathing. That said, it doesn't feel right to be hawking wares with that next door. Job's the job, though. Can hardly leave Arx with naught but empty pockets. Don't know much. Everyone was out in the garden for the wedding. I was watching the shop and then... Guards were everywhere, but those beasties just cut through them like butter. Boss said to keep the doors open, but truth be told, I feel ill just standing here. By Duna, closing can't come fast enough. Oh, of course. We've a wide range, including some special stock that's not just for anyone. But then, you're not just anyone, are you, beast? I don't care what they say, I admire your guts. So consider my stock, all my stock, open to you.
Bloody voidwoken at a wedding. If that ain't a bad omen,
Yes.
nothing is.
Not bad, eh? Take care of yourself.
Drawing breath now if I was in the garden.
The royal guard's eyes widen as you approach, beast in tow. His calloused fingers reach towards the wolf insignia adorning his uniform.
Marcus Miles.
Beast remains silent, though his clenched jaw reveals his resentment. He moves his hand towards his weapon.
Calm yourself, Marcus. You don't know me, but I know you. The rebellion lives. You're lucky to have found an ally here. You won't find many in this house, and certainly not among the Queen's regiment. That Isbel hasn't found me out is a minor miracle.
So the winds would blow me off course, then? Good to know, my friend.
The guard leans closer to Beast, his voice tight.
The rebellion is in danger. You are in danger.
Não se expõe aqui, Marcos. Os guardas não conhecerão, a menos que você se apresente. Seus rebeldes lutaram no interior. Eles lutaram indo das ondas e agora lutam em uma corte envenenada. Eles precisam de você vivo.
He nods to the door, then takes the rigid stance of a proper royal guardsman.
The store's open. Do your shopping.
Finalmente saímos pra cidade. Vamos voltar aqui pro quartel dos mestres. Quero montar pequeno.
Kem will find something in that vault. He always stuck up here on guard while they all have fun looting, can't be sure. Kem's scouring that Magister vault he found. Stuck sitting here while Kem goes. Eu não lembro onde que é. Acho que dá pra ir por aqui, né? Tem 12 entradas. Quero contar o Lorde aqui em...
Looks like Sanders has more talents than just toy making. Your help was appreciated earlier, but you are no longer required here.
Idades e os mestres.
Here? Now? This is hardly the time or the place. Who can truly know a diseased mind? She is rotten to the core. That I am sure of. Although much as I despise the creature, I have never known her to be a coward. She fought well in battles against the Black Ring. Be quick! I've other matters at hand. Speak, then.
His eyes narrow, his gaze sharp.
And why would you say that? A topic for another day, perhaps. We have other issues to discuss. And? Out with it.
Kem's eyes turn very, very dark.
I cannot count the friends I have seen cut down by the ring, nor the outrages against humanity that I witnessed at their hands. I am Lord Commander of the Paladins, Guardians of the Faith, Lucian's own. I kill Black Ring. Never forget that. Now, if you're done with gossip, I have things to do, and so do you, I imagine. Looks like Sanders. You'd better have something sensible to say. I will not have my time wasted again. I am not a library book to be perused at your leisure. Goodbye.
Será que nos enganamos? Será? Eu não confio no... Esse aqui não. Tá bom. Vamos subir. Se eu dei toda aquela volta, não dá pra ir por ali. Tá bom, aqui não tem mais nada.
Mystery vault under the barracks, eh? Those magisters are craftier than I thought. Mystery vault under the barracks.
Clear off. Need to keep the way clear. Ain't no getaway happening here. And if there is, I ain't involved. Get it? Ain't no one going nowhere as far as you're concerned. Ain't no one packing up and moving out of the city in a hurry. And that no one ain't no dwarf. Get it? Now go on, clear off. Good. Now clear off. You're in the way.
Move along there.
The gate guard stands to attention with the professionalism her royal uniform would demand. But when she speaks, her voice quivers.
Move along, and nothing to see here. You really don't, you know. Anyway, it's under control now, so you can move on. The gate's to be kept clear. Move along, and nothing... No, you can't.
Now clear off, or I'll escort you face first into the near...
First wedding I've missed in days.
Bom, temos que explorar essa casa aqui. Aqui é o... onde? Casa do Mestre do Conhecimento. Tá, vamos parar por aqui. Acho que não vou mais. Vamos terminar por hoje.
So many books in such little time.
Mas vamos ver isso na próxima vez, pessoal. Valeu, até a próxima e